Welcome back to Her Standards with me, Queenter Mbori. On today's episode, we are in the company of the beautiful Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, who is also the CEO and CEO of Merck Foundation. We are getting to know her on our show because it's the first time we are hosting her, but we are also getting to understand the nature of her work and actually what brings her to Kenya. Remember, we are available at KTN Home, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but you can also hit me up at Queenter Mbori on the same socials, but you can also talk directly to our guest of today. Let me just jog your memory a bit. Dr. Rasha was actually very involved in one of the cases of domestic violence, unfortunate domestic violence that happened here in Kenya regarding a young woman called Jacqueline Mwende. Her foundation drove down to Machakos County and they were able to set up a business for her, and you built her a house.
Yeah. Jacqueline Mwende, a 27-year-old young woman from a rural place called Masi in Machakos County, Kenya, tells us her sad story of having both hands chopped off, not by thieves, but by her own husband for failing to conceive, even though he was the one with a fertility problem.
Please tell us about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Jacqueline and I are still in contact in a regular basis, and we take care of her in all aspects because she is what we call the figure of more than a mother. She inspired a lot of women to stand up, to break the stigma of infertility, and also encourage a lot of men to man up and speak up and about their infertility and join hands with their wives to get tested, to get treated, and join them in making a happy family. So Jacqueline, of course, as you know and all know, that we helped her, of course, after the brutal attack. And now she has her own house and her own supermarket, and she's part of Merck Foundation forever.
For everyone.
Yes.
When you see cases,
even her story is being aired, and you will see it in our TV show, our Africa TV show, Our Africa by Merck Foundation. On KTN 5:30 on Saturday, you will have the opportunity to see the story and her testimony about Merck Foundation and what happened to her and how we saved her through Merck Foundation and More Than a Mother campaign.
When you see cases like that of Jacqueline Mwende, what does it do to you? What does it do to your mind?
It's actually made me create the whole campaign because I created the campaign after Jacqueline attack, and we had non-stop, stop here. We have to make a correction. We have to make a change, create a culture shift. No to infertility stigma. Women are more than mothers. We have to respect women whether they have children or not. And also, men are more than fathers.
True.
So you don't have to be traumatized and stigmatized by having difficulty to have a child. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define anyone to have children or not. It defines you, what you are, and what you're contributing to community and to society. What we are doing at the moment, it defines us. How we adding value to people, it defines us.
And you know, the case of Jacqueline is not the only one. I know you've traveled
too many.
Yeah, there's so many. You've traveled
across Africa, unfortunately. Stories of thousands of women, hundreds of them are on social media. They are speaking up about their experience with the stigma of infertility, whether they are the reason or not. They don't know, because some of them are older now that you don't know even if they were the reason of infertility or the husband. But anyway, we empower them through small projects. You know, we have ladies like Nonkiba. You can also see this on the social media. We gave her 2 cows, and now she has 5 cows in Masai. She never had children, but now she is a respected community member, and she has her own business, and so on. Many women, we are doing for them restaurants, small catering businesses, chicken farm, so on. So they have already their own business, and they actually hire people in the community. So it's really lovely transformation.
When you go to do your advocacy work, what are some of the excuses that you hear, especially when it comes to issues of infertility? What are some of the ridiculous excuses that you've heard, or reasons why, you know, women have been evicted from their homes or thrown away
because she doesn't have children, and her purpose is to bring babies, so she lost it. So she lost the purpose, so she's nothing now. So of course this is totally wrong. Well, when we speak to the community members and we educate them about, it might be user reason of infertility, and she is bigger and more than only having a baby making machine. They actually understand and apologize actually and change, which makes me feel it's a problem of access to information more than it's the bad behavior or cultural. It's a misunderstanding, and we need to. That's why I made this media training and the media awards and song awards, because I thought if we spread the word and the fact and separate the myth from misconception and from facts, it would be good for the people to know and they change accordingly.
Change accordingly. Yeah. I think that is important. The other issue that I know really affects communities in Africa is sexual and gender-based violence. What has been your experience so far, especially when it comes to community outreach? Yeah, what has been your experience?
Look, I mean, regarding gender-based violence, we had a campaign and a poster competition launched with Botswana First Lady, Madam Noyo Masisi, and she was really very passionate about this. And we had a lot of posters and a lot of ideas about how to stop gender-based violence. And also we addressed it in many of our episodes in our Africa TV show by Merck Foundation. And we addressed how to stop gender-based violence and the importance of that, and messages about it in fashion designs and also songs, and children's storybook. We have a children's storybook. It's very interesting, called Not Who You Are.
Not Who You Are. What is it about?
You have to read it. It's about our husband and wife get married, and then he changed and he started to beat her up and doesn't want to go to work, and he wants her to work for him and give him the money, and he go to drink outside. So the story ends nicely and happily, but there is a change had to be made, and you have to read the story.
I have to read
on
the
our
story.
social media.
You have to read the story. Remember, you can hit us up on social media across all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. We are available. We are everywhere. And today we are hanging out with the amazing Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, who is also the CEO of Merck Foundation. Now, Merck Foundation has decided to engage in a lot of community programs, including fertility programs, media information, and so on and so forth. But one thing I also realized is that you're also involved in cancer awareness program.
Yeah.
And what informs the areas where you decide to explore as a foundation? What really is your
It's
is
about
your scope?
non-communicable diseases we decided, and because I feel that the communicable disease was really focused by global health, so non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and cancer was really lacking. So we focused on that, but we focused on cancer through more than awareness, through training oncologists. We trained the first oncologist in many countries, like Burundi, Gambia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea. Many countries had never had one oncologist. We trained the first one, or the first subspecialty of oncology. Like for example, they have oncologists, but they don't have some specialties that we did. So this was our contribution to that. Her Excellency, the First Lady of Malawi, the Ambassador of Merck Foundation, more than a mother, to empower women living with infertility and support girls' education and build healthcare capacity in Malawi.
You work very closely with Africa's First Ladies. Where did that strategy come from? Why did you decide to choose them and not maybe other people?
else. I mean, if you're going to do something for women, you need to have the women leaders to support it, and especially from each country. So to endorse it, to have their own big platform that they can advocate for breaking the stigma, not infertility stigma, on social media, in actual platforms, in media platforms. So the First Ladies was a great instrument to make it happen and to spread it across the whole country.
How many
20.
countries? 20 of them?
No, 20 First Ladies.
20 First Ladies.
We have other countries also without First Ladies joining, but these 20 First Ladies that joined the Merck Mother campaign and Merck Foundation as long-term partner, not only as an ambassadors to raise awareness, but also they are part of the whole program of building capacity, healthcare capacity, partnership with different ministries like health and education and gender and information, the media training, the awards I told you about. All of this under the umbrella of the First Ladies.
Of the First Ladies Foundation. The first gentlemen are invited, because now we have countries where the president is a woman, like
actually,
Tanzania.
We have, Tanzania. Of course, I met Her Excellency Madam President Samia. Yes, and Saleha, and when she was Vice President. She was very interesting in More Than a Mother campaign. I never met her after she became president.
Maybe you should make a point.
But I met the president of Mauritius, which was a woman, president of Liberia, Madame Ellen, when she was there. But the president of Liberia, with assistance, of course, with the First Lady of Liberia, had made for us a song. He sang it and composed it himself and dedicated for us for Merck More Than a Mother, and to encourage young fellows of African men to support their wives. And the song will be aired on our show, Our Africa by Merck Foundation TV show on KTN, Saturday, 5:30
p.m. Definitely, there's so much to look forward to on Our Africa. I'll make sure that I stay tuned. You should also stay tuned. Dr. Rasha, if I were Oprah, I would ask you, why do you do all this? If I were Oprah, I'm not Oprah, but I'm still going to ask you anyway. Why do you do all
Why? Why not? If I can do something and I can contribute, I have the skill, I have the idea, I have the vision to do it, why not? This is an advice to everyone. If you have a dream and you have a vision, you make a change for people, for communities, and for yourself as a career, you have to take it and go ahead. Why not? Every time I see myself, I can do something that different even than my job. I was a pharmacist or whatever. I directed movies. I directed small videos. I directed the TV show. I presented it. And I made executive production and directed video clips of songs. I collaborated with singers from across Africa in many languages which I don't speak.
If we want to change the world, education is the key. You see, you gotta learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3. It starts with you. You wanna get smart, build up that passion in your heart. Then you gotta know education's where it starts. You gotta train your mind for a better future. Acquire skills so you can be a go-getter. You gotta know education's where it starts. You can be a lawyer, a dancer, teacher, an architect, designer features, even a doctor. Be anything you wanna be. If you wanna change the world, education is the key. You see, you gotta learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3. Don't you ever give up to be the best that you can be. You see, you gotta learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Believe you can and you will. Life can be an upward hill, but you gotta keep on moving. You gotta give it all you got. It won't be easy, but don't stop. You gotta give it all you got. If you wanna change the world, education is the key. You see, you gotta learn your ABCs and 1, 2, 3.
edited some storybooks, and I did everything I find myself I can add value to the cause and to people, and I have something I can develop as a skill, I do it. And I advise everyone has to have multi-skills, multi-talents, because this is how we will survive the next generation.
I like it. Do you ever suffer burnout? Do you get tired?
Yes, I get that now. I'm looking forward to go back and sleep a little bit in the hotel, because it was really very difficult 3 days full of work. But my burnout is 2 hours. And then I recharge immediately.
How do you recharge?
I recharge and like a battery, and then I continue even with new ideas and everything. But sometimes I take 3-4 days off, officially off, but I still follow up things with my team. They are laughing here and all this. And I come up with new ideas that I want to implement. So they don't want me to go to holidays, or because I come up with more work and more ideas that they don't want. enough. So, but yeah, I love my work. My work and life is fusion. Work and life fusion. So I cannot separate them from each other. It just become very tangled and fused, become like a cocktail. You cannot just separate.
There's no, there's a green line.
Yeah,
It's a fruit cocktail. So your work is your life and your life is your work.
Definitely.
I wish that was the same for me. I wish it was the same for
I'm sure
many
it's
of
the same
us.
for you, but you don't realize it yet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure when you are with your family, with your kids, you will think about the TV show, and the opposite. Now you're thinking about them, what they've done in school, what they've, so it's the same.
Maybe that's the best way to integrate life and work. Anyway, so what does Merck Foundation look like for you in the coming years? What these
more and more influential, more programs, more impacted people, more followers on social media, more people to benefit. More ideas and crazy innovative ideas. We reach more segments, like we are going in our Africa TV show. We are going to reach more segments. We are airing in Kenya, KTN, but also in NTV, Uganda, and GTV and GH1 in Ghana at the same time. And then after that, we will air it across all Africa. So reach more viewers that they don't necessarily be on social media, rural areas, to benefit from the messages we are going to deliver to them. I hope you like it.
Of course they will like it. When I grow up, I would like to be Dr. Rasha. But before we finish, we're about to finish, I just have one final question for you. You know, this is a show majorly for women. Men can watch, men are welcome, but our target audience is actually women who are aspiring, you know, to break boundaries across all fields in the corporate world, business, and here we are sitting with a brilliant woman on this show. I think it would be a crime if you ask you not to give us a few tips, and then we can just wind up. Give us some tips. How can we succeed in life as women?
It's too many things, but you have to have your passion and soul and heart and mind, all in what you are doing. It's very important, because this is the only way you can survive the challenges, the obstacles, the hard times, the difficult times. The time management is very important. This is one thing. And believe in yourself, not let anyone let you down or get you down. You always feel that you're worth it, you're confident, you're strong, you're powerful, and you can do it better than anyone. So when you have this in your mind, it's visualized in front of you, and you do it. And you succeed in it.
And you'll succeed.
Yes.
Who inspires you?
Many people.
You know,
I am inspired by every woman I see, and every man I see that he has a problem and he overcome it, or a successful person after a challenge, or someone who made it although it's full of life challenges. I like to see a rising stories. It inspire me so much. When I see a rising story, someone make it from zero up to the top, this is inspiring for me, very, very much.
Good one. Thank you so much, Dr. Rasha.
Thank you very much.
I wish you could talk and talk and talk and talk.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too.
Sadly, we have to come to an end.
But we have to remind them about the TV show.
You can say that to the camera.
Our Africa by Merck Foundation TV show on KTN Home. 5:30 Saturday.
And there's a repeat.
5:30 p.m. and there is a repeat on Sunday, but I don't remember the hour. But you follow it up. So and of course everything on our social media as well.
Yeah.
Merck Foundation has their own initiative, which is sustainability initiative, where we empower entrepreneurs and youth across Africa, Latin America, and Asia to come up with ideas that can contribute to reducing the carbon dioxide footprint, protecting the environment, circular economy, and sustainable fashion and art and decoration and so on. Because it's very important. You know, you have to brainstorm and think about different options. And you look at the pieces we have now in front of us. It's a piece of art, but it's all collected from something that can waste the environment. It's a recycle decoration and art, recyclable art. And it's really upcycling. I can feel it. It's upcycling art, and it's a really good piece. And also for clothes, for clothes also you can always reuse the older clothes, you make it in a different, like upcycling, different types of things. Also local production of waivers and all this. Many ideas that can change a fashion into sustainable fashion and reduce the effect on environment. Different things that can really renting fashion. What do you think? Like wedding dresses.
That would work.
Having 100,000 wedding dresses every month or whatever.
But you don't want to repeat the same wedding dress. So
not you, because you're not going to marry again. You're not going to marry again. Someone else in a different world will not see it.
We're going to talk to someone who has created these beautiful designs.
Pieces, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Nana from Ghana.
Hi, Nanouf. How are you, Nanouf?
How are you? He has done it on
Nanouf
his,
from Ghana, and you
jeans.
see it's all style. But we also met in 2019, just before Corona, and we had actually an interview with many artists who's for sustainable fashion and decoration and art from Africa, and we had a very good workshop, and I will show in the report part of this workshop to everyone to see. So this is to show our memories of 2019 before Corona, and the meeting we have done all together with all the artists from Africa for sustainable art. Do you still remember?
Yes.
Yes. Was it nice?
Very nice. Looks like yesterday, but
yes. So just tell us about what you're doing and to upcycling, pieces of art like this, and what else you are doing, and how this contributes to the environment protection.
Okay. Yeah, from where I'm coming from, it's not like a very big topic, but it's very devastating and it's happening.
Yes.
So what I do is I'm, in my little way, I collect pieces of that have their own story.
Which is not, which is not used
that
anymore.
will be burnt. Yes.
It could be scrapped.
Yes, they are all scrap actually.
Yes.
They have their own stories. Sometimes I have a story. I tell my story with the pieces, or sometimes the metal pieces and wooden pieces have their own story, and I just highlight it.
Yes. Thank you very much, Queen.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I hope we can do this more. Well, I've been hanging out with the Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, who is the CEO of Merck Foundation. We're very excited to have hosted her on her standards, and I believe that you never know, from her story you have been uplifted and you'll be able to move from point A to point B. Unfortunately, we have to wind up the show at this particular hour, but remember, you can always catch up with us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, KTN Home, Queenter Mbori. Hit up our director directly. She's called Gracie Waweru. But then, of course, you can catch up with past episodes of her standards featuring inspirational women on our YouTube channel, and that is KTN Home. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.